All right, so let's talk about oil changes and why you should do it at a minimum of every 5,000 miles. Sometimes you'll see on a bottle, like this one, 10,000 miles. Don't ever do that. That's a terrible idea. So especially if you're making a bunch of short trips like to school, or you live a couple miles from work and your engine doesn't have a chance to fully warm up, you may want to do it every 3,000 miles. Okay, so oil's going to do a few things inside the motor. It's going to lubricate. Engines are designed with a tolerance between the metal components for an oil film, thousandths of an inch. Oil also provides cooling to the engine. It suspends dirt within the oil, and it's not just about the oil, it's also about the filter. So when you have your vehicle serviced and you change the oil, you're also changing the oil filter that catches debris like this.
Oil plays a crucial role in lubricating an engine by reducing friction between the moving parts. The oil is circulated through the engine by a pump, and it flows through various passages to reach all the components that require lubrication.
Now your owner's manual might say 10,000, you might have read on the internet 7,500, 16,000, all these wacky figures. But if you don't believe me, take it from this master tech. And I'm going to tell you, he's not making money off oil changes. He's a genius. So if he's telling you to change your oil every 3,000 to 5,000 miles, it has no benefit from that other than providing you with the information that he sees every single day in his job. A tech is making money off of repairing your vehicle when something goes wrong. So if he tells you change your oil every 5,000 miles and your engine will last longer, he has no benefit from that other than providing you with useful information that he's learned over years and years and years of repairing vehicles. So check him out.
This particular vehicle right here has 18,000 miles in 3 years, and the oil only gets changed once a year, and it barely goes anywhere. It is terrible. If the coolant intrusion had to have just started and I caught it, and she would have went another 30,000 miles, can you imagine what this engine would look like? It would be trashed. Well, here's the piston out of the engine. It's got a lot of coking, a lot of carbon buildup. The oil control ring is really, really bad. A lot of the passages through it are completely plugged up with slime. This thing is not doing good at all. It's got an oil jet on the bottom. That's why you see one side is clean and the other side is dirty. There's the clean side. It would have been nice if they would have put an oil jet on both sides so they could have kept that cylinder evenly cooled on both sides instead of one and just relying on heat transfer.
The approximate cost of going in somewhere to change your oil, let's round to $100. So if you drive 12,500 miles a year and you change your oil at 10,000 miles, so we could figure that at about $125 for the year. Now if you were to do it at 5,000 mile intervals, that would cost you about $250 per year. So the cost difference between the 10,000 mile oil change in a year and the 5,000 mile oil change in a year is roughly $125 over the course of the entire year. Now if we increase that to 20,000 miles per year and $100 per oil change, you would get 4 oil changes in a year totaling $400 at 5,000 mile intervals versus 10,000 mile intervals. That cost would be $200. So over the course of an entire year, you would only save $200. And if you're still skeptical, check out this guy replacing a Toyota engine that the dealership recommended he change the oil every 10,000 miles. And he questioned it. And they said, nope, that's the way everything's designed with oil nowadays and the engine the way it's designed, 10,000 miles is good. Only now he has to replace the motor at 170.
No. Wait. This owner questioned the 10,000 mile oil change when he bought this car new. The dealership showed him the owner's manual. So he was like, okay, this is a recommendation from the manufacturer. The engineers said this could happen, and they must be right. They designed the car, right? Well, here is the news flash for everybody. The recommendation or the entire maintenance guide for every car. This is not just Toyota. This is not some secret. That is the minimum required maintenance to maintain your warranty. So the labor is about 20 hours of labor to do this job that you're seeing right now. The short block is around $2,900. The gasket kit, which comes with all the gaskets, these are all original parts, is around $400. The sealer that we use to seal the engine is around $40. There's 2 oil filters involved in this. The initial one for the initial start and then the one for the second oil change that I do immediately after. We're talking around $11 here. There's 10 quarts of oil, 5 for each oil change. We're going to do 2 oil changes here. That's around $78 for Toyota original oil. Cleaner that you see me use all over the video to clean the various parts, around $25. PCV valves around $11. Spark plugs are $45. So if we divide that $6,000 by 18 oil changes, you come up with a number right around $333. An additional oil change in between every 5,000 miles never got really to the 6-month mark. They would have added $1,260 to their 7-year, 180,000 mile ownership. This is a big difference from $1,260 to $6,000.
So what are you really going to say? Over the course of a year, if you do drive 20,000 miles and save $200 by doing it every 10,000, and that's if you go somewhere and have it done. You can typically do it yourself with full synthetic oil and a good filter for around $35. Now you have to get rid of the waste oil, and a lot of people I know won't do that, but it is really important that you do it every 5,000 miles at the most. And I'm sure the comments are going to explode. You guys can let us know what you think.
Shut the f up.
But when you see people, master techs that have been doing this for years, tell you to do it every 5,000, they're not making money off it. Shops like theirs and dealerships, they're not making a boatload of money off oil changes. They'll make money off of other things that are, noticed during the inspection while you're getting an oil change. So keep that in mind. Somebody that does it every day tells you that you should do it. They're not earning anything off that. So on Toyota's support website, as you can see, it shows 10,000 mile recommended oil change. I love Toyota products, but check this out. And that's just a marketing thing, lower cost of ownership. But what is it really going to cost? $6,000 motor? We know how important our cars are to us, what it's like when it breaks down. I'm just trying to advocate a better maintenance schedule. I'm not making anything from it. The guys I showed you on YouTube aren't making anything off it. We're just trying to inform people that things have gotten a little wacky out there with the time that you should go between oil changes. If you drive very short distances, you'll want to change it sooner. If you were to only put 5,000 miles on your vehicle a year with a bunch of short trips 2 to 3 miles from home where the engine doesn't fully warm up, you're most likely going to want to do it at least every couple months. So forget about the oil life on the dash, and at that point I would forget about the mileage too, because you're going to have a lot more condensation. The motor's never coming up to temperature. You're not really working it too hard. I'm sure there'll be people in the comments that say, I do it every 16,000 miles and my car has 3 million miles on it. I use a Mobil 1 filter. I don't see anything wrong with it. Well, the sun shines on a dog's ass some days. So hey, thanks for watching.